Defending is Koloko. Trae gets around him, gets to the basket.
Ingram on the give and go. Oh my gosh.
13 points for Jimmy Butler.
YouTube, what's going on? Willie P dropping in one time. When I want to talk some hoops, I'm gonna come with the real Bleacher Report. I want to talk about some guys. It's been a lot of noise around their name, let's just say in the past year. Specifically in the past year. And if these guys' teams, they get off to a slow start, these guys are going to be the scapegoat because these guys have been, talked about as being moved for some time now. And you see in the thumbnail, you got Trae Young for the Hawks. You got Brandon Ingram for the Pelicans. You got Jimmy Butler for the Miami Heat. And I'm going to give reasons for why I feel like all these guys could be moved, especially around the, midway point, of the trade deadline when that come up and things like that. Especially, like I say, if these guys' team get off to a slow start and start with Trae Young. And before they, move DeJounte Murray, they was debating, should they move Trae Young, the Hawks. And we got to remember, when Trae Young was down, he only appeared in, I think, 54 games, Trae Young. The Hawks was playing a lot better, with DeJounte Murray running the point. I know he's not there anymore, but I look closely for the emergence of Jalen Johnson. If he looks like can be a franchise player and really start to take that next step, I wouldn't be surprised if the Hawks start to try to build around Jalen Johnson, because he's showing he can take some strides. He's showing, he's getting better. But if he can really take that next leap where it really looks like he's going to be a franchise player and you can build around him, wouldn't be surprised if the Hawks look to move Trae Young, or if the Hawks get off to a slow start. They get off to a slow start, wouldn't be surprised. A lot of, people were saying Trae Young to the Spurs, things like that. You got CP3 there now, so that's kind of out of the equation at the moment. But definitely Trae Young is a guy to watch, around the, all-star break, around the trade deadline, even before, because he's had a lot of noise around his name before they traded DeJounte Murray. You got Brandon Ingram for the Pelicans. Yes, Brandon Ingram. We know he struggled in the playoffs against the Thunder. And there's been reports Brandon Ingram not happy. And they're loaded on the wing. They're loaded on the wing with Trey Murphy, Herbert Jones. I know they're going to play try to move Herbert Jones around a lot more. But you got, DeJounte Murray, Ingram. And Ingram just hasn't looked comfortable. And I want to see how the Pelicans look, with the full squad, with CJ McCollum, Ingram, Zion, Murphy. When they have everybody, I want to see how they look. I do. And Ingram, he just hasn't looked comfortable at times with the Pelicans. More so in the playoffs, I'll just say. In the playoffs, when it really matters, he hasn't looked comfortable. And they may be struggling with who's the franchise player between him and Zion. And it's clearly Zion when he's healthy. But Ingram is another guy to watch, as far as could he be on the move, because there's been a lot of noise around his name too, especially after he didn't perform, as he would have liked in the playoffs against the Thunder. So watch for Brandon Ingram as well. You got Jimmy Butler for the Miami Heat. There's been reports that he doesn't take basketball serious until, around playoff time. And the Miami Heat has struggled because of that, because they don't have the best seeding. They end up in the play-in, things like that, and sometimes they don't make it. So Jimmy Butler has to show he has to switch on from the beginning of the start of the season, because if he starts to show, and I think he will, he will, come in with a new attitude, and he already showed it during media day, not coming with them crazy looks and things like that, Jimmy Butler. So he already has started to flip that switch, in my opinion, because Pat Riley, he's not playing around. He's not playing around. If you're not getting the job done, or you're not coming ready to play, Pat Riley, I think he's gotten fed up with Jimmy Butler. I think he has, because it's not like he's gotten a ring out of this, Pat Riley. You know, they made some strides and made it to the finals and things like that, but they haven't gotten a ring out of this. So it's not like Pat Riley can say, oh, at least Jimmy Butler has brought us a ring, you know. So I think the shenanigans will be out the window, but if they're not, and, you know, the Heat get off to a slow start, don't be surprised they look to move Jimmy Butler, you know. Some guys I feel like, you know, they could be on the move. You know, if their team get off to a slow start, these guys are going to be the scapegoat, you know, because they had noise around their names for a while now. You know, Trae Young, Brandon Ingram, and Jimmy Butler. So the real Bleacher Report said I do talk some hoops, you know. On my mind, I'm like, yeah, these three guys had a lot of noise around their name. I wouldn't be surprised they, you know, get moved at some point, especially if their teams get off to a slow start. So I wanted to put this out here and talk some hoops that I do the real Bleacher Report. You know, comment, like, subscribe. Best way you can help, you know, share the video. If you're entertained, hit that cash app so I do talk some hoops. You can't check me anyway. We are.